Good evening. As we go to air tonight, teams of firefighters are continuing to battle a toxic blaze in a massive boat shed near Jacob's Well. Several explosions were heard coming from the shed that stores up to 230 boats. Ursula Hager begins our coverage.
Millions of dollars of prized possessions destroyed or damaged by smoke. Firefighters were called to the Horizon Shores Marina near Jacob's Well just after 2 p.m. Smoke pouring from the marina's dry stack storage shed, 230 boats stacked inside.
We were working in the building and we just got told to evacuate.
23 fire crews were brought in to battle the blaze. Firefighters were also hindered by the marina's water supply, forced to pump seawater from a nearby creek.
There was smoke billowing from the walls and doors of the building, and the building, or one part of the building, was well alight.
The marina had boasted the ultimate solution to boat storage, stacking the boats 3 deep in a metal frame at a cost of about $240 a month for a 20-foot boat. 20 have now been destroyed, some when part of the second level collapsed.
The other vessels would have suffered some smoke damage. Certainly the smoke has penetrated right through the whole building.
It'll be at least several hours before boat owners will be allowed back in. Ursula Hager, 10 News.
And Jonathan Lee joins us live now from the fire scene. Jonathan, what's the latest on the damage there?
Well, Max, while the fire has now been largely extinguished, it continues to cause problems for fire crews. You can see there's still a number remaining here on the scene. That's because in the last half hour or so, we saw a very significant flare-up. Now, I spoke with fire authorities in the last 10 minutes. They say at least 2 boats are still alight. That's because they're fiberglass and very difficult to extinguish. In fact, what they've done is bring in a forklift and they're trying to lower some of those boats down to the ground level so they can extinguish them. We understand, though, that the fire began in the northeastern corner of the building. There were actually workers inside at the time. The fire brigade received a number of 000 calls. Now, in the past hour, boat owners have begun to descend on the building down here to check up on their vessels. We spoke with one gentleman whose mate's boat was inside. Understandably, he was traumatised.
What did he say?
He's pretty devastated. They got family coming over from Europe for Christmas to go over to the island, and like it's going up again.
Flames in there?
Flames are bigger now.
Now, Max, at this stage, fire authorities aren't sure how many boats have been damaged. They think perhaps it's not as bad as first thought, but even those boats which have been destroyed by fire, there'll be dozens of others which obviously will have suffered significant smoke damage. The good news, though, is nobody has been injured. Fire investigators are on their way. Max?
OK, thanks to Jonathan Lee there with the latest from the Boatshed Fire.